The Victorian era, a time of revolution and evolution, and a time heavily documented by photographs. There's a fascinating collection of them, but I'm just going to focus on the creepy ones because, well, I make videos about creepy things. When we look at these, it's not like we're seeing our past, it looks like a different dimension. Something recognizable and at the same time alien. This is the top 10 creepiest Victorian photographs. The two things that come to mind from the 19th century are the fashion and the Industrial Revolution. It benefited the world in terms of business, and we're still living on that high over 100 years later. Throughout the vast cold system of these factories, it almost felt that technology was controlling us. And this picture completely sums it up. From child labor to horrific accidents. It's like the endless rows of machines creates a hall of mirror effect. Very eerie. Freak shows were a popular attraction for the public. Even back then they were seen as controversial, creating the debates of whether they were amusement or cruelty. But one thing was for sure, for the people in this wasn't their job but their lives. And the most infamous life led was that of Joseph Merrick, aka the Elephant Man. This photograph was taken to document his medical condition. Monstrous and dignified, a reminder of this man's tragic past. It's strange that things that were innocent and charming are so disturbing to us now. Even the precious memories of meeting Santa Claus, with a Michael Myers emotionless mask. The kids actually make it look worse. Like, look mommy, here's the man that broke into our house. Well, at least he has presents. 1826 was when photography was invented. People couldn't help but experiment with it, and from that we got spirit photography, the trick of inserting ghostly forms in self-portraits. And it became a way for Mrs. Lincoln to remember her late husband. Despite being quite spooky, there's something still heartfelt about it. I wonder if this will ever go back in style. The only thing more interesting than how we can take a picture is where we can take it. And this was at a time where technology was allowing us to explore our oceans better. Taken in 1899, we see the very first underwater photograph. It looks so weird, like a cyclopic monster emerging from a grey void. One thing to note, photographs took a long time to develop. Usually the person had to stay very still for a long period. And with kid pictures, it required the mother to cover herself with a blanket or quilt. I don't know how that makes the child remain still, but there's multiple pictures like this, so I guess it worked. And of course, as you can see, it makes her look like a ghost. Now this is what spirit photography should be. In 1869, on the shores of St. Augustine, Florida, a blob-like carcass washed up on the beach. This was known as the St. Augustine Monster. The blob even became a tourist attraction for a while. It was strongly believed that this thing might have been a giant octopus. Whatever it is, I think I'll stay out the water for my lifetime. Puppets from the Victorian era are creepy enough. Now try putting a butcher apron on it. There's nothing really I can say about it, apart from it has black demon eyes and a smile that says, "Ready to get to work." Who would want to own one of these things? I'm looking at you, mustache man. Like I said, they're definitely pushing the boundaries of image trickery. Or at least that's what I think this is. Like the puppet photo, I have no idea what's going on. I'm not even sure if this clown picture was meant to be funny or terrifying. Or maybe terrifyingly funny. There's a lot of dark and disturbing things in history, and when you add a kid to it, it enhances it to a whole new level. One of the most popular types of photographs back in the Victorian era, or post-modern photos. Yes, the girl in this picture is dead. After memory, this was the best way to remember their loved ones. And out of all of them, this is by far the most disturbing. The whole thing writes itself. Rest in peace.